So this gentleman right here, this is Umar bin Hassan from The Last Poets. And right here we have the great Professor Griff from Public Enemy. And when you talk about legacy, just to give an exclamation point on legacy, for example, a few years ago, I think this was in the early 2000s, I found out when I was working with The Last Poets that David Bowie was a huge fan of The Last Poets. And it just so happened that David Bowie was coming to Auburn Hills on his world tour. So I reached out to his people, and they reached back out to me and said, yeah, David Bowie would love to meet Umar.
Came up to Flint and got him.
Yeah, came up to Flint, picked him up, we went to Auburn Hills.
He was a wonderful person too.
And when I say that David Bowie fanned out over this guy here, David Bowie fanned out big time. And one thing I'll always remember that he said, me and Mick listened to The Last Poets all the time when we were teenagers. I'm like, Mick? It's like Mick Jagger. So, I mean, huge fans of The Last Poets. So, I mean, that's legacy there.
But just like somebody just said, this guy here, not only did he encourage and inspire this group, but he inspired our group back in the early 60s. I used to have a thing I could do to James Brown. He was just so dynamic in his delivery, the way he touched people. And he made us really proud because as much as possible, he tried to stay within the black realm of things. He didn't get too crowded. He always did his black groups he supported. So he is a big part of this. He really is, James Brown.
And then obviously Public Enemy, when you talk about legacy, 2020 Grammy Lifetime Award, they received that in 2020, 2013, induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Traveled how many countries in the world? 100
I stopped counting.
Over the past 30 plus years, and the music has influenced everybody. I mean, you just can't.
And I think the day we met, I was doing a lecture in Detroit. As a matter of fact, 911 is a joke, the unholy war on terrorism.
Yes.
Well, we were close to them too, because not only were we close to them, they came up, because my boy was Flavor Flav. We used to run through New York together.
I'm so sorry for you. Flavor kept you up all night then.
Well, he was my boy, I did it, because we were close to them. They woo-hoo. They propagated and they put out there about as much as when The Last Poets was in a group in hip-hop. They did. And so I'm really proud to be with him today and to see this. I'm really proud of this exhibition because I've been with him now for about 30 years. I know he had all this stuff. But this is wonderful. This is magnificent. It makes me feel good to be part of this.